Hi, I'm Steve Avedis, engineer-producer, Colorado Sound here in Denver, Colorado. We're here to talk about recording tips to help you better prepare yourselves for coming in the studio. So, one of the things I love to talk about is if you're preparing maybe 4-song demo or a 4-song EP, maybe think about doing 6 songs. Sometimes they all don't turn out the way you want, and some may be better than others. So it's always good to have a few extra songs. Try and work them out ahead of time. If you do that, you can hear maybe deficiencies in certain areas. Try and correct those things before you come in. Also, if you're using a click track, try and work out your BPMs ahead of time so you know what the metronome setting is. And you want to make sure that the drummer is able to play with the click and not trying to toss that at him at the last minute while you're in the studio. Guitar players, make sure you change your strings before you come in. Usually a couple of days is good. Play them, break them in. Always have extra sets here in case you break something or maybe want to put different gauge on. Those things are always good so you're prepared. Bring batteries. Don't forget your pedals. If you're bringing an amp, you want to bring your guitar amp. A lot of times studios will have things to use here, or things that you can use here, different amps or guitars. That's always a good thing, but you don't want to toss a new sound or have to experiment too much here at the studio if you're not used to the equipment. So it's always good to bring your own amp. Bass players, you can bring your head and your speakers if you wish to have that sound. Sometimes we'll take a direct out of the head. But again, make sure if you have an active bass to bring batteries. Very helpful while you're here recording, and if something goes out on the bass, it's a real easy fix. Drummers, you want to get all the squeaks and rattles out of your kit. They will show up in your recording. Try and bring new heads, have them tuned ahead of time. When you get here, once they settle, you can tweak. But if you do some of that ahead of time, it'll save you a lot of time while you're here in the studio. And don't forget the drum key either. It's always good to talk to us, engineer, before you come in the studio. This way, we have a good idea of what you're trying to accomplish. Singers, it's always good to bring not cold water, but lots of water. And have that available here for you. Usually we have that too, but you want to make sure you get rest the night before. No fair staying out to 3 o'clock in the morning partying, and that goes for everybody. Also think about this while you're here. If you're here for an 8-hour day, it's good to bring food, and that helps your brain power during your recording session. So often people go without eating, and it really bogs them down during the session as we get to the later hours. So some of those things may be helpful for you. Also, if you're doing keyboards and you're going to use a studio piano, you might want to let the studio know ahead of time so they can have the piano tuned and ready to go for your session. Think about the setup time as well. Usually studios will offer free setup time, half hour before your start time. That's for load in and to kind of get your things acclimated. So think about that. Use that to your advantage. Also, you want to bring any maybe video equipment or camera equipment to document what you're doing. With our internet today, so many people are doing this, and this way you can upload right to YouTube or wherever, Facebook, so people can see what you're doing. I hope some of those things help you. This is Steve Avedis of Colorado Sound here in Denver, Colorado. Like us if you like the video. You can also comment as well, and I hope you guys have a great day.